This is the last episode.
Dying, Scoob. It's not that loud. Should have been louder. He threatened me.
No,
For this podcast, you threatened me and you said your ears will be bleeding.
That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
Yeah, okay.
There was no one else here that can prove or deny that.
Yeah, I said it before I pressed record, so there's no evidence.
And then he slapped me.
And wow. All right. Hey, guys.
He's laughing because he thinks it's funny.
I'm really tired.
I am legend.
I am.
Remember that time I had to kill my own dog in a movie? My name's Will Smith.
Hi.
Remember I Am Legend?
Yeah, the movie was bad. No, let me rephrase that. The movie was good until the end.
Okay, I saw that movie in theaters as a child.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie was kind of good, but I'm like, why did it end like that?
Yeah.
Because I was young.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it since.
Oh, I don't think
I've seen like a scene of it on TV every now and then.
Yeah.
But I've never watched the whole thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Is that movie good?
I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while either.
Because I've never heard anybody talk shit on it.
Here's a movie. You know the movie that I like? Well, I haven't seen
Annabelle 2, Creation.
No, I like Annabelle 1. I like the worst one.
The worst guys.
Yeah. No, okay, movie I haven't seen in a while, but I remember watching it and saying this is good, even though everyone was like, no, it's not.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
iRobot.
iRobot? I like iRobot.
Okay, cool.
I like iRobot.
I like iRobot. I haven't seen it in a while.
It ain't a classic, but it's a popcorn muncher.
I enjoyed that movie.
It's entertaining. What about iRobot 2?
Is there a 2?
I think there's a sequel to iRobot.
There can't be a sequel to iRobot. I don't know what this is. iRobot.
I don't know if Mr. Will Smith is in it, but I'm pretty sure they made a sequel to iRobot.
iRobot 2. Film.
I nailed it.
Hold on, doesn't mean it. No, this looks fake.
But did not a sequel not ever come out for iRobot?
Dude, literally, so you know, like when you type in a movie name and on the side of Google it shows like a little square. Mm-hmm. So that's what it shows here, but it doesn't say any description for it. It just said
maybe type in iRobot sequel.
Okay,
because maybe it was like a sequel.
Here, I'll go to the IMDb.
Yeah,
and see. The plot is unknown.
So that movie was like, it's just
production notes from IMDb, status unknown. Updated 30th of May 2017.
So it's a movie that was planned but never came out, or talked about never came out.
It was a talked about movie, but it was a rumored movie that never like.
I just feel like the movie came out and then nobody cared, but I guess it just never existed.
Yeah,
it's like a phantom.
No, I enjoyed iRobot. Yeah,
Why do both these movies involve Will Smith?
That's why I brought.
That's a really weird coincidence. What about Wild Wild West, the classic?
Never saw.
Oh, you never seen Wild Wild West? Mm-mm. That movie almost tanked his career. It's so bad. Yeah, it has an amazing Eminem guest verse.
Oh wow,
that movie's bad, and that's when he used to do.
Let's watch it right now.
Back when Will Smith was big boy poppin', he would just make a single hip hop song to market, like everyone remembers Bad Boys, or Men in Black, which I kind of still like the Men in Black theme. Unironically, I kind of dig it.
I haven't listened to it in so long, I can't imagine it in my head.
I kind of dig it. Also, Getting Jiggy with It still has a pretty cool beat. Huh. After all, it's so 90s that I love it.
Hey, can you hear me in your headphones?
I can hear.
Cool. I wasn't sure. I should have asked that before I pressed record.
Men in Black 2 sucks because they have a talking pug in it, but has an ugly voice.
Men in Black 4.
You mean the one where they go back in time? Yeah. The movie's stupid, but it was kind of fun.
I remember...
Half of that movie's kind of... When they're in the 50s, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a neat idea for a film. I don't think it's a great movie, but it's all right.
I don't like any of the Men in Black movies that much.
What? Not even the first one?
Like, it's fine.
It's another like the coolest shit in the world.
It's another movie I haven't seen in a while, but like, I remember even as a kid watching, I was like, this is fine.
Man, that one's cool.
It's another one of those things where I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to like this, but I don't.
That's weird. That's not how children think.
I've always thought that. I've always been the like weird one.
I like the idea of like you being 5, like, the marketing isn't working on me.
Yeah, dude, I swear that's how I've always been my entire life. Of like
the market research was wrong.
Yeah, people trying to fit me into like boxes or whatever. Like, you're gonna like this, and then me being like, but I don't. I'm sorry.
And like you said at 5,
and then feeling bad because it's like, why don't I like this? Is there something wrong with
me? Like, oh, the ads didn't work. My mind.
Yeah.
The Matrix is falling apart around me as I speak.
Yeah.
You're seeing the code everywhere. Lewis, what is The Matrix? Nobody knows. Moving on. Fuck that series.
That's another series that I don't like that much. Even the first movie is whatever.
Because the answer that I wanted was not what they talked about in those movies.
You know, I'll say this. The first movie is good. It's ruined by the other two.
Oh, in retrospect?
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
In my opinion.
What about The Matrix Online?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
What is that?
It was an MMO they made.
Game?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they made an MMO, Matrix Online.
Is it I mean, I'm gonna guess it's not.
It was
good.
liked at the time when it came out, and then it just had to die because MMOs
When did it come out?
Like the mid 2000s.
Oh,
it had actual lore that dealt with the world and was canon.
So one of my friends
is in the Matrix right now.
Yeah, no. One of my friends started live streaming on Twitch of her having her friends teach her how to play World of Warcraft for the first time.
That's really easy nowadays.
And
God, compared to
it's very interesting because that game.
Teaching her how to play, teaching her how to raid. Those are different things.
No, like just teaching her how to play.
Okay, because teaching someone how to raid is a whole different ballgame.
No, like someone who's like starting the game, never playing.
But WoW's pretty easy to grasp that's part at least with help. It's really easy to. There's a reason it's the most popular MMO to ever exist. It's easy to pick up for anybody.
The point I'm trying to make is that game is like, even still looks boring to me. I remember when it came out too. I was like this, or not. You know what I mean? Like when that game was around and important, me thinking, this isn't for me. And now looking back still, it's like, yeah, it's still not for me.
We've never liked MMOs, period. So why would you ever care about WoW?
The only MMO I like is The Division.
that's not even an MMO. It's a fake MMO.
It's
a fake MMO.
Sure.
It's a games as a service like how Destiny is. It's not like a real...
No.
Yeah.
What would
it had seasonal content updates. Like it's a game as a service.
Okay.
That's what they call them. That's what they called them that for years.
Interesting.
It's a game as a service.
I don't know. Okay, well, I played...
And not a real MMO.
I also tried to play ESO, and that I don't like.
You liked it you loved it when it came out. You were playing it.
I played it.
You're like, yeah, this game's great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and then I got really bored.
Yeah, it's what you do with every MMO. You take breaks. You come back later.
I haven't gone back.
Like their expansion's coming out really soon.
I also just get bored of games really easily.
Yeah.
That's why I have so many. That's why I have like a million games on my Switch. It's not because like I'm beating them all. I just like I'm a video gamer. I play games all the time.
Well, you're not someone who's built to play games for a long amount of time. It's not your kind of thing.
Nah, man. I'm surprised. Like I'm I'm a fan of long form content, like 4-hour podcasts.
Everything but games. Because games are different because they require you to do things for it to go.
Yeah.
Like long form content that I'm not active in is my problem now. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Either has to be broken up into like half an hour to hour chunks. I can't just sit there and do it.
Well, for me, what I do
if I'm not engaging myself, I can't. The only way I've been watching like TV shows and podcasts or anything, like I have to be working on something while I'm doing it.
Like, let's see. Right now, I
can't just sit.
I have a 34-minute video queued up. I have an hour and a half Jordan Peterson interview I'm watching, and a 3-hour H3 podcast and a 4-hour PK.
Yeah, I don't do that.
And for me, like I'll just kind of watch them all throughout the week.
It's too passive.
I'll just kind of split them.
It's too passive. I can't do it. Even things I like, it's just too passive.
No, it's funny.
Like I skip YouTube videos now of people that I like because I just can't do it.
I still don't. It's crazy.
Because there are things that are active in my life that it's like I can't just sit and not.
Yeah.
Because my brain has to be doing something.
Hey guys, this is the last episode podcast. My name is Lewis.
I have brain problems.
Thanks.
That's all, folks.
So this is one of those episodes where we don't talk about anything important because nothing happened.
Because everyone's hiding their shit for E3.
Yeah. I'm just once
everyone's trying to.
We just need one possibly fake leak, and then the podcast.
That is not Nintendo related because those are always fake.
Those are always fake.
Nintendo leaks are usually never true,
except for that one guy who seems to be
the only good one was the original Switch one.
Oh, and
because that one was the blueprints.
Didn't Labo leak? Something I think the guy, this guy.
It wasn't leaks. It was licenses.
Something like that. Something happened. Okay.
But it leaked like a day or two. Like the name of it, I think something leaked a day or two before the announcement. Those happen, and people just brush those aside because there's so many fake ones of those. It doesn't really matter.
So I watched the first episode of Mr. Robot.
Yeah, you did. You saw Mr. and Robot. Actually, no. Episode 1, you don't even do you meet Mr. Robot? Yeah, you do. Okay.
And the first thing I thought was main character is the bloody communist. That's literally the first thing I thought.
Okay, and then my second question is why the fuck does that matter?
I know,
it's
dude. Even
really obnoxious.
I
got mad because I'm like, why does that? You're not even joking. I know you're not joking.
No, I know. I got mad at myself too because like, why did this matter to me? This like, I think what it was is like I have a feeling that we're gonna want me to care about this character, and I disagree with him so much already. Like I don't care, and like I haven't gone back yet.
He's not meant to be a perfect character.
Yeah, I assume
they very much explain that. Hey, guess what? He's a fucking weirdo, and there's a reason people don't like him.
Yeah, no, which is fine.
And why he doesn't like it? Like they do explain why he is the way he is, and it makes you more upset. Not it like for him. It's like he's still like this, and I don't know how the fuck he's gonna fix it.
Yeah,
because
like, I really like shows and stories where like the main character is not the best human.
No.
Like Breaking Bad, Mad Men, Game of Thrones. I like those.
You like shows that have depth, news at 11.
Yeah.
People like characters that are written news at 11.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
When they're not 2D.
And for some reason, like the first episode did not do a good job for me personally of just like, I want to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll keep going, but it didn't make me want to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Your thoughts are that simple?
That's
you have nothing. You have literally for 45 minutes. You have nothing else about it, about how the show looks.
Okay.
But the way he talks to the audience.
I like that part. I like the imaginary friend thing.
Well, the reason I really enjoyed that I knew that this was not going to be like, oh, I don't like this character and I'll move on, is that he talks to a therapist in the first episode.
That I like. I like therapist stuff.
Well, that's the highlight of it, and that's where you get the most of like him breaking.
Yeah.
Is that when you see him talking to the therapist, even when he's like narrating like to you, you can tell that he's lying to himself.
Well, another thing too that frustrated me is it felt like the therapist was not good.
Oh, she's not.
And so
she's not.
That's another thing that it would have been more interesting to see like a really good therapist lose her cool or something.
You will meet people that are more put together than Elliot
and him
who have that amount of intelligence.
And
that's what makes the show good.
And then him breaking them down, I'm assuming.
No.
Oh.
He meets equals. He breaks down some people, but one of them didn't really deserve it, and I felt bad.
It's not a Sherlock situation.
No, where people think the show's smarter than it is.
Yeah.
Which shouts out to that 2-hour-long HBO guy video. Have you seen it?
No.
It's called Why Sherlock is Garbage.
I don't.
It's almost 2 hours long.
See, I don't want to watch that because I enjoy Sherlock a lot.
You realize that the show sucks.
I don't know.
And you'll finally believe me why I don't like Sherlock.
My thing with Sherlock,
it's a bad show.
My thing, I like the show a lot.
You admit that it's not a perfect show.
It's not a perfect show. I think I just like Stephen Moffat's style a lot. Like,
is Stephen Moffat the director?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
hate his style too.
Yeah, that's fine. He did a lot.
If the writing was good,
all of my favorite like Doctor Who moments are Moffat stuff. So like, it's just I like Hey man, not every director's perfect. George Lucas wasn't perfect. He made 3 bad movies. Yeah.
He didn't even make the 3 good movies all on his own either.
No, he didn't direct any of them.
He also let Howard the Duck exist by bankrolling that shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He produced Howard the Duck and had his hands involved in it.
He had his hands all over the duck boobs.
Duck titties.
That's awesome.
And fucking Howard the Duck is such an amazing movie.
I really want Howard the Duck to be involved in Avengers 4.
I thought he was going to be when they showed the room. I was like, oh, he's going to be back.
By the way, did I tell you about the Tobias thing? The Blue Man?
Yeah, we talked about that, yeah.
So I
found out that there was something like that in Civil War too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a car or something.
Interesting.
From Arrested Development. It's like, the airport fight scene?
Yeah.
In the background, you see one of the cars from Arrested Development in the background.
Oh, cool. So
because it's the same dudes.
That makes sense
for that movie too. I was like, oh shit.
I saw Infinity War again last night.
In real HD
for the 3rd time, and it has solidified itself as my favorite Marvel movie.
T. Hanos.
And T. Hanos is a real good boy. And
I wish you said boy like how Kratos says boy.
Boy.
I need to play that game before it gets ruined for me forever. Because I've seen enough of that game. Like, oh, that looks actually kind of cool.
It's just Logan, but God of War.
You mean it's a Western, you fuck?
I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No, because I'm tired of like whatever the newest thing is, it's compared to that because I don't know what the history is.
Oh. No, I'm...
Because this game is more of a Last of Us. Which even then...
I haven't played Last
of Us. Even then
at
first... And even then, like, that's not even fair either.
Yeah.
Because it's... The premise of Last of Us is you're a man who did bad thing, who's with a child and going on an adventure. Like that's like it's like that, but that's really lazy, and I hate that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. As far as I can tell, like
it's like basic level comparison.
It doesn't even. But for me,
it's like oh, this candy's sweet like Jello. It's like I guess they're both sweet. I don't know, dude. It's not the same.
I can compare candy to Jello. I've had candy that's like Jello,
but you know what I mean. Like it's too lazy of a comparison.
It can be. I don't think the Logan one's lazy though.
It is.
Okay.
Because it's just new and it's fresh in everyone's brain.
Maybe.
It's lazy.
I don't know. I haven't played either. I haven't played Logan. I haven't played God of War.
Yeah.
The new one. And
I want to because my main hang up with it was that the gameplay looks really simple.
It's
what they showed they showed in trailers, it looks really goofy because all they showed was like like the boss fights that are one-on-one that are not like a big monster.
Yeah, those
look like shit.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's gonna be fixed that much. And they showed the juggle mechanic.
Yeah.
And even in the main game, it looks kind of like crap, where they just kind of hover for way too long.
Yeah.
But then I saw what the magic was like in this game, and
the fact that you're Thor.
The abilities that you get with the armor pieces, and there's more to it than I thought.
Yeah, I know it gets better. Like I'm watching like a couple different people playing it, and like at different points in the
game.
And
I've heard people that the fact that you can play a God of War game differently than somebody else is interesting.
Yeah,
because they were never like that.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, I use a different weapon or different magic more.
But the gameplay is exactly the same.
They were very linear. Like this game is not super. It's semi-open world. Semi-open world.
It's
a semi-open world where you can go.
Isn't it almost Metroidvania like?
It is Metroidvania
where you can like
go back to areas with tools, which is where I went. Oh, really?
Yeah, which is interesting, but that's not
because it used to be just like you go back and in God of War.
It was more like you go back to find things.
You could, but there was some areas where like you go back to get like a treasure chest.
But you don't go back to like play the game.
You're not required, and when you do for secrets, it's not anything substantial.
Yeah, in this game, it seems more like.
They
kind of want you to go.
And
back.
the stuff off the hidden path is interesting.
Yeah.
Where it's what's the items you're collecting? You're finding old lore.
Yeah.
And you get to hear him narrate it to the boy.
Which is cool because you're in a different world. Like you're in a different world. You're learning about different mythology.
But from his eyes.
But from
him telling it to somebody else.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like little neat touches and care that I'm like, I really want to check this game out.
I like how we're reviewing this game that neither of us have played.
Well, no. It's because when this game got a bunch of 10s and 9s, I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is Last of Us again.
Oh, okay.
Where this is made for critics.
Got it.
Because
you like I do
like Last of Us a whole bunch.
Do you think it's 9 and 10 worthy?
I think it's 8 out of 10.
Okay.
But whenever I see 9 out of 10s for a narrative-based game, I get very skeptical. Because I'm like, oh, it's a game that's cinematic, so you like it.
Yeah,
like, think about.
I can finish the first thing that came to mind.
But I thought that happened for a while until The Order came out. Do you remember The Order?
I forgot about The Order.
Yeah, so did everybody else.
That game's not good.
Bad video game.
Yeah, the video game
with a decent story, I guess. If you like, I think the story's not good.
If you like 8-hour stories,
where you barely play the game for 3 hours.
Yeah,
that's where I went. Okay, we're kind of moving away from like critics being all around stupid with that stuff.
Yeah,
because that game got like 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
but when I see it, it's when I see an exclusive. That is narrative based and is like about gritty angry dad.
It feels.
I go, well, hold on.
Yeah,
what is this? Is it a good game that also happens to be made for easy to play for critics?
Yeah.
Or is it a good game overall?
What's a good example of a game that's like does a good mix of both? Like
Breath of the Wild.
Okay, I agree.
Because it was a breath of fresh air for critics. They weren't forced to beat it in like 3 days because they had it for like 2 weeks for the game.
A week or 2 weeks. Nothing.
But no, that's still enough time.
It's enough time to review it, but it's not enough time to like.
No, because think about it. Critics play like they'll play like 18 hours, like, and that's their whole day just playing a game.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Say doing that for like a week with like maybe like a day break.
Right. Okay.
You still have time to like just to fucking breathe and think about what you've done.
Yeah. Okay.
And like God of War is a long game too.
Isn't it like a good 30-hour experience?
It's like 30 to 40 hours. Like you're doing like a decent amount of the content.
Yeah. Which 30 hours for a story-driven game.
That you can't just like ram your way through the story. Like
it's hard to do well.
Because I didn't want to like this game.
Yeah.
This reboot of God of War, I didn't give a shit. When they announced it, I was like, oh, God of War, but he's a dad now. I don't give a shit.
It's funny because
I hate Kratos. I hate Kratos.
Yeah, well, so far
after God of War 1, his character becomes like irredeemable.
Yeah.
Irredeemable.
Well, what seems interesting about this game, what I've seen so far, is that they're playing off of the fact that he's a horrible person with another.
They have to.
With like seeing him be a bad dad, but him understanding I'm bad at this and I wish I wasn't, but this is just what I am.
The way he yells at the kid in the opening of the game is the most he's ever trained himself that entire series.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's an interesting thought of just like someone who like I know I'm bad, I wish I wasn't, I don't know how to not.
Like reboots are usually not a thing that I enjoy, but for God of War, I think it's very welcome.
Yeah,
because and I do like the idea of like
we've had too many that are just like.
I like the idea of a guy from a mythology walking into another around the world.
Yeah, that concept alone is awesome.
Because I like that idea from like because the idea of Assassin's Creed was that for me, and then they kind of fucked it up by being in like Italy for 3 games.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, where are we going? We're going to France in the Renaissance. We're going to whatever, and then they just kind of stopped.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate is mad underrated.
Syndicate is cool.
That game is awesome.
Syndicate has my favorite setting.
That game
so
is.
Far.
I like that game. It's like everything about that game is awesome.
You get to hang out with Charles Dickens, like and hunt ghosts. Like it's such a goofy idea.
It's super goofy and awesome.
You have cart chases.
It's a breath of fresh air for the series, and that game got like. Because that's the same year that I think Rogue came out. So or Unity or whatever. One of the.
No, I think it was the year after that or something.
It was
close enough to the bad one. It was
close enough to the bad one where everyone was like, it's still Assassin's Creed. I don't want it, and so it just died.
Like the sister and brother thing was cool.
Yeah,
the brother was not as good as the sister as a character.
Yes,
but I liked he was just a brawler.
Yeah,
it was fun for what I like the 20 hours I put into it.
So anyways, yeah, the concept for the new God of War of just like I always thought of like the new God of War also of like One Punch Man at this point of someone who's just like I won every battle. I'm bored now. I have a son, I guess.
Well, my big question with this game I want to find out is how do they justify this game existing?
What do you mean?
Because in God of War, he kills everybody.
Yeah.
In God of War, I think it's probably 3. He floods half the fucking earth at a point.
I haven't God of War 3.
Think
I only
about
God of War 1 and 2 kind of.
He's murdering gods.
Yeah.
Like he kills Helios and takes his head as a lantern.
Awesome.
He kills Gaia for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like he's killing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the world can't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So how do they walk that back?
It's a different world.
He kills Zeus.
I thought it was just
twice.
I thought it was a different world.
I can't fully agree with that because
I don't know. I might be wrong.
Or understand it because he has Spartan rage.
No. It's still It's still the same. Like
his skin is still white. He still has the marks.
Yeah. It's still God of War.
It is still minimum God of War 1 at the very least.
I don't know.
God of War 1 and a couple of those prequel games had to have happened.
I have reached the max of how I can review a game I haven't played. If that makes sense.
I just want a game.
It looks cool. If I had a PS4, I'd get that game.
I like it to turn me around on Kratos because Kratos is a shitty character.
Yeah.
Because he served his purpose as a Greek hero, and then they made like 7 other games.
Yeah.
It's like, what? You can't do that. It's like ending Logan, but then they have 5 more things about Logan.
Yeah.
It's that. But wait, we had that, and it was the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Before they made Logan.
Wolverine, the movie.
From the studio that killed Wolverine, we have Deadpool 2. Have you seen that's on the poster? You know that, right?
No.
The Deadpool 2 poster, one of them, it's the X-Force, and it's like from the studio that killed Wolverine, Deadpool 2.
That's awesome.
It's great.
That's real good.
Well, Deadpool 2, moving on with that. Fucking, you know the woman, Celine Dion.
Heard of it.
She made a little song called My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah.
For Titanic, one of the biggest films of all time.
Yeah.
She made a song for Deadpool 2 soundtrack with a straight up 3-minute music video with Deadpool in it.
I need to see.
Telling Celine Dion to go from a 10 to a 6 on her vocals.
Oh my God.
And he's performing on stage with her, and it's a good time.
Cool. I'll watch.
It's worth watching. It's good promo for this movie.
Deadpool always has good promo, seems like, for the first one and the second one.
My favorite parts of the Deadpool movies are the promo and not the movies.
Yeah, you know,
because they're so out there.
I like the movies.
Well, I like them well enough, but it's like the ideas that they do for the promos are just so out there for like media.
I mean, that first one of just like the whole
as a romantic comedy, like yeah.
I wonder how well that worked. I don't think it did.
I think people caught on to it, but they laughed at the joke anyways.
Yeah.
Well, one of the billboards for Deadpool 1 was a bunch of emojis.
Yes, it was.
And if you typed in the emoji names on Google, you would get the movie.
Yeah.
Like there's things like that. I'm like, oh, that's really fun.
That's good.
But you would never get that for like, generally you would never get something like that for a studio film.
Yeah.
You get that for like a YouTube channel.
The Deadpool movies should not exist.
The first one was made because Ryan Reynolds leaked it on the internet.
Because he's been trying so hard for years.
He's like, I love Deadpool. I want to do it.
He wants to be the only Deadpool forever.
And then he
dies.
leaked the scene that everyone knows now as that van scene. He leaked an early version of it.
Yeah.
And everyone went, holy shit, this exists. I want to see this.
Yeah. I remember when that happened.
And he's like, yeah, I did a bad thing, but fuck everybody. This movie exists now. I made you guys a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So
you're welcome.
Like, yeah, you're welcome, basically.
Yeah.
Because the first movie was not high budget.
No.
People didn't notice, but the ending fight scene, the reason it's like a hand-to-hand thing is because they ran out of money for gun props.
Well, that's what they joke about that in the actual movie. They're like, why does the
Xavier Mansion?
Why is the Xavier Mansion so empty? It's almost like the studio didn't have enough money to like fill it.
But the fact that they legit
mansion.
At the end of the movie they hadn't have enough money for gun props.
Yeah,
like they were like,
oh yeah, he left his guns on the taxi or whatever.
Yeah, that's why they said because like that's why even if you look at that scene, they don't show the guns in the taxi.
Yeah,
they ran out of money for gun props.
Yeah,
like that movie was made to the wire.
Yeah.
That's why
awesome.
It looks like
I'm excited for Deadpool 2 because now they have money.
I'm curious because it's a different director and everything. I'm curious.
Yeah,
but Terry Crews is in it.
I have a feeling like my theory is this movie will be good. The best parts will be just Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool. Everything else will be okay.
I'm excited for his roommate to come back.
TJ Miller?
No, the old lady.
Yeah.
Their back and forth is my favorite part about the movie. The first one.
Yeah, that was great.
That and him and his girlfriend in the beginning.
And I do want to see more TJ Miller because TJ Miller is awesome as TJ Miller.
I hope he's meaner than he was in the first movie.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because him talking shit on his face when he comes back is really funny.
I love that. Yeah, that like, I wonder how many how long,
how much ad lib that was.
Yeah, well, it was all ad libs, and they just
that they cut. Yeah.
I want to see all the cut ones. But I remember they did like a trailer with like a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, I saw that one later on.
Yeah, I was like, how many of these did they do?
Improv is good sometimes.
Yeah. Melissa McCarthy, good example.
Used to be.
I'm saying like she herself.
I know, but I mean, that used to be really good. And she's like, I can just fall down and scream for money.
I'm playing Naruto
with Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Who does she main? Orochimaru.
She mains
Hinata.
No, she mains Suigetsu.
Who's no? She mains Toby.
Nah, Toby's too
cool.
Okay,
Toby's got a dumb hole mask.
So Toby as a character in the game.
It's with an I, but they still call him Toby.
What's cool?
Toby.
So what's cool about Toby as a character in the game, like playing as him, his moves are bad. Like he's on purpose. Like it's such an interesting take, I think, on like a Naruto character, like in the game, like as you're playing.
Well, so breaking down for people who don't know who the fuck he is, what does he do in the show compared to the game?
Oh no, okay.
He's a ninja boy, but what are his powers?
Did I do my review of the 2 games I played so far?
Well, yeah,
out of the trilogy.
Yeah, just talk about what you played and just all that.
So if you haven't played, if you don't know anything about Naruto, like at all, like you know he exists and it's an anime that's
about ninjas with magic.
Yeah, if that's all you know, then I would say, and you're curious about the story, and these games look interesting to you. They're fighting games.
They tell most of the story.
The first one is really bad at it. Mm-hmm. I'll say this.
Okay.
I would say, and what's nice is the first one just covers all of like base Naruto, the show.
It's pre-Shippuden.
It's pre-Shippuden. That's all of it.
Is it all of it?
Excluding Hurricane Chronicles, yeah.
That's weird. That's a lot of story to fit.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's too much.
Literally Zabuza's not mentioned once.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's very frustrating. So I would say skip that one, kind of, or watch or read or something. Like if you actually care, and
don't go back and do it the real way though. It's too long.
Like the original one, no.
No, I mean
Shippuden, yes.
Even I guess maybe read original Naruto.
Reading original, you can
read. No, just fucking read the wiki. Just read the wiki. Who cares?
Well, I was gonna say there's 27 volumes or chapter or whatever the little
volumes.
Yeah,
27 volumes is a lot of volumes.
It's not that much.
That's not chapters. That's volumes.
It's not that much.
That takes a lot if you care. If you want to play a video game.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay, well, Storm 2 is really good. By the way, I'm playing these on the Switch. I don't even think I mentioned that. These came on the Switch. Storm 2 is really good. They playing those games, or Storm 2 at least, like it's.
How much of a jump of gameplay change is it from 1 to 2?
Well, the story, like once outside of the fights, very different. Because in Storm 1, it's open world. You're running open in the Hidden Leaf Village.
They're like hub. It's a hub, right?
It's one hub, and you can just go through the Hidden Leaf Village and do missions back and forth. The other 2 games are not like that at all. It's a linear, like pretty much like you're still in the Hidden Leaf Village, but you go to different villages, and it's like a fixed camera thing where and you have like a little section, and then you go to a new section. It's a different camera angle, new section, different camera angle, and you just kind of go through mission to mission that way. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But the actual gameplay, like once you're actually fighting, is basically the same, except for like the major boss battles. The major boss battles are so awesome. I've never had so much fun in QuickTime events. There are QuickTime events so you'll get like the main boss's health to like really like a certain level, and then it'll activate a QuickTime event. And the better you do at inputting the QuickTime events, if you do like a certain amount, you'll get like extra story, and so it gives you incentive to like actually try, which is cool. I don't know. I just because mostly I usually don't like QuickTime events, as most gamers don't, because QuickTime events I don't feel like pressing button. This is why I've never liked the Telltale games that much. Because
they're not QuickTime events. It's just that's the gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the game. The game is QuickTime events. The game.
You would love Heavy Rain.
Well, is that just QuickTime?
Yeah, the whole mechanic is you walk around and you do prompts. That's where it comes from. Is those games essentially?
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan.
All those games are terrible.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
At least the old Telltale games had good stories.
But yeah, well, if you're gonna play any Telltale games, only play Tales from the Borderlands
and Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, which I haven't yet, but I will maybe one day.
We got that season 2 eventually that they promised. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, Storm 2 does a very good job of explaining the story. It's almost like I'm watching the anime. Like it's so close. It's very close. There's nothing that it skips. It does a really good job. All the voice acting is awesome.
But it cuts the filler, which is the part that matters.
Exactly. It cuts all the fillers.
The shit that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Well, some people like some of the filler, I guess.
And it's cool because it's done a little bit differently. Like I'm a big fan of the Naruto, and someone who like knows the story very well. It's cut differently than the anime was, in a good way, I think. So like in the anime, in Shippuden opens up with Naruto running through Orochimaru's hideout looking for Sasuke, and then like that's how it opens up, and then it cuts back to like how he got there. It's like, you're probably wondering where I am.
Yeah, he looks at the camera.
Yeah, he literally does. No, I'm kidding. He doesn't do that. But it's that.
I would have given them props for that. Just be like, what?
It's that type of thing.
Yeah. And then you just see everyone in their boring new outfits for Shippuden. They look the same.
In Storm 2, in the game, it starts with Pain doing almighty push and destroying the hidden Leaf Village. Mm-hmm. That's how the game opens up, is a cutscene of Pain destroying the Leaf Village. And then it goes all the way back to like, how did we get here?
Pain looks at the camera and goes, you're wondering how I destroyed the hidden Leaf Village.
Yeah, exactly.
As he's in mid jutsu or whatever, like he's moving his hands, like he slows down, looks at the camera.
They do a really good job at all the feels, because Naruto has some feels, and it's good. I'm having a lot of fun. The gameplay isn't perfect, and I know because Storm 3 has the better gameplay. I know, like the substitution situation is annoying, because the way the substitution works is pretty much if you press the block button at a certain time when you get hit. You'll substitute and like not take any damage. Pretty much, you turn invisible.
But that window is stupid big and it takes no skill.
Opposite. So there are two ways.
Or is that the way it is in 3?
No,
because the one that I played with you guys that one time, like this substitution shit's really bad. It was way too easy.
So the way it worked. So okay. So I think you're probably playing 3 or 4, which is actually a better system in my opinion. And
no, that's me. That sucks.
I'll explain why.
Taking no damage for no effort is shitty.
No, I'll explain why. It's actually really cool when you're playing against someone who like knows how to play.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. So because in the original like 1 and 2, the way it worked was you had unlimited amount of substitutions. If you got really good at it, you can substitute forever.
See, that's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad game.
That's bad gameplay. In the new ones,
so there's a limit.
You have 4. Okay. You can substitute 4 times, and the meter goes up the more damage you take.
Okay, so it's meant to be a comeback mechanic.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so the new ones is better. The window's a little bit it's easier to hit, but you can't use them as much, which I think is better. Because before in the other ones, it was frustrating because you could just mash the block button, and then sometimes you'd get the substitution. And you can just do that every time you get hit.
It was just bad in general.
Exactly.
So not even skill based, it was just bad.
Yeah, it was just bad. And so it got better in the newer games.
I guess that's better. I'd rather it still be difficult because you're taking a risk to take no damage. That's really valuable in games where they're 1v1s.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess that's better. Where it's finite. It's something.
Yeah.
Considering that those games are not meant to be that balanced.
The boss battles are probably my favorite thing. Like in the actual story, it's so fun. Like I said, the quick time thing is really cool, but like it's hard. It's legitimately hard. Like it requires you to understand the enemy's movements.
It's also item based, right? With attacks, you can use items for attacks and stuff.
It's not item based. Like you can. I never do. You don't have to.
Well, wouldn't they're mechanics, right? Aren't they meant to be used?
Yeah, no, they're meant to be used.
Or they not have that much value in the boss fight stuff.
In my opinion, no. I was talking to Isaiah about it. He said that they're way more useful than I'm giving him credit for. So maybe it's just me. I'm playing the game and not using them that much.
That's why then your opinion doesn't matter because you haven't tried.
Well, I tried. I'm just saying for me, I haven't seen a use for them. Like it seems for me to like, I don't know, because when you have like when you're attacking someone, you have like a small window of time to deal the most damage as possible. An item for me seems like not the best use of my time. I'd rather do something else.
Are items all just damage? Or are they buffs?
There's buffs, nerfs. There's buffs and nerfs and stuff. Like there's poisons and
because poison would be super valuable because there's certain bits where you can't attack them. Period. So just having it is just
the problem is like it takes time to throw a poison thing at you, at them, and when you're doing that, you're left vulnerable for them to just run at you and attack you. Okay. And I'd rather do something else. This is how I play the game. Other people play it differently, which is what I like about it. It's a more advanced game than I expected it to be. I always thought Naruto, like the fighting games, were always just like. You just kind of button mash a little bit. You have one button for attack, and that's it. And you can block, kind of, and that's it. I always thought it was like, out of all the fighting games, to be the least complicated. It's pretty well balanced. It's actually really fun. If you were to get any of them, I would say just
4.
Well...
Actually, the only one I ever liked playing was 4.
Yeah, well, 4 is not on Switch yet.
And I'd never play it because I don't give a shit about the single player because I don't care about the story after Shippuden. Because I already know it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I think
that Shippuden.
I talked about how I read the wiki for Shippuden of like what did I miss?
Yeah.
And then I watched their final fight and I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
And then I moved on because Boruto's stupid. Although I did see that fight in Boruto where they fight together.
Yeah, it's real cool.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
That's neat. Yeah.
But I'm like, I kind of wish it was like this budget, but with the old fight director.
See, I don't like. I like Shippuden more than the original Naruto.
I do not agree whatsoever.
That's fine.
Because they make all the. I love the designs for originals so much. They were all. You could look at their outfit and where they put their headband and it screamed who they were and where they came from.
Yeah.
And then in Shippuden, they kind of were they wear a uniform, and that sucks. Like look. Okay, where does Naruto wear his headband?
On his head.
Yeah, but look at where other people wear their headbands.
Shikamaru wears it on his arm. Gaara wears it on his belt.
Yeah, like why? Because of their history and background and the village they come from, and why they fight and whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's just we're wearing uniforms because we're ninja war. I'm like, this is whack, man.
That's fine. I think I honestly, if
and also I hate Sasuke.
Fair.
Everything involved with Sasuke, like post Shippuden, is balls. And Madara. Holy shit.
Well, Madara is complicated.
No, Madara is OP for no reason because they run themselves into a corner.
I'll say this: Madara is the concept of Madara, but the words I'm using are not.
He breaks that series so that everyone has to power up to get to that. It's ridiculous.
The concept and character idea of Madara is overly complicated in Shippuden. I will agree with that.
And it sucks because that series could have been better if that character never showed up. Because the Sharingan on its own was enough.
Then you get Rinnegan, and
and it's like, man, fuck this series then, because we need more stakes.
We need more eyes.
It's like, no, you don't.
I'll say this:
the Sharingan alone is ridiculous.
I'll say this:
so OP.
The coolest stuff with Sasuke happens between him and Itachi. After that, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, okay, I'll fight. I'll leave it there.
Because
I'll agree with you there.
Because the whole thing with
Sasuke has motivation at the very least.
Exactly.
I think it's too edgy.
But
it makes logical sense at some point.
Well, because here's what it is. Itachi is Sasuke's brother. They're part of the Uchiha clan. And Itachi...
I don't know why I can never take Uchiha seriously. It sounds like a fake name. I don't know why. Uchiha, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Pokemon.
And Itachi...
brother, how could you?
Brother kills all of the Uchiha clan except for Sasuke.
For me. Oh, no.
Yeah, right? And that's how the original Naruto goes.
And where the Linkin Park jokes come from.
And then you learn... Because
it is sad.
There's an arc that I just finished actually in Storm 2 where you learn why Itachi did everything. And God, it's real good.
Yeah.
It's actually good. Like it's good story.
His wrap up in Shippuden is pretty cool actually.
And
because I saw that randomly in Tsunami. I'm like, oh, they finished his arc on TV. It's pretty cool actually.
And in my opinion, I think it makes Sasuke as a character more interesting because once he learns why everything happens and his whole development as a character kind of shatters for a second. And then he
stops being an edgelord with like 2-dimensional personality.
Yeah, and then he has to find his own motivation.
Like, I'm not saying all Shippuden is
cool.
bad. There are parts that they fix some issues.
No, yeah.
But in general, it's like, I can't watch this.
That's fine.
Read it, and it's too much.
I think it's real good. At
least they make Naruto's outfit better.
I do like Naruto's outfit in Shippuden.
Because I was never a fan of his orange jumpsuit.
Is real bad, it's fluffy and bad.
But again, I also don't like Naruto's personality, and that's not fair.
I don't mind.
I just don't.
I don't mind it.
They fix it in Shippuden. Yeah. But they also make him way drier.
A little bit.
But they at least
he gets drier as the series goes on. But
that kind of bums me out.
Well, you understand that it's not.
Oh no, I get why, because he's maturing. He's growing up.
Yeah. But it kind of loses the.
But he does.
Fun.
He pulls less of a Luffy.
Yeah.
It's more just like I have to be like my papa.
Yeah.
And his papa was cool.
I like Naruto. I am that guy. I'm a Linkin Park listening Naruto fan.
The music in Linkin Park and Naruto is pretty cool.
It's real good.
I'm sick of the memes of it because it's kind of ruining like the memories I had with it.
Yeah.
Of when the fight theme is like iconic now.
I'll say this also. I think most of my love for Naruto is nostalgic.
A lot of people's is. That doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Because parts of Naruto are still pretty like revolutionary for shonens.
It's hard for me to...
It did not become one of the big three for nothing.
It's hard for me to disassociate from the series of what's good or bad about it.
Because it's just part of you. It's part of what you love.
Exactly. Like a lot of it came out at the perfect time for me.
And that's A-okay, buddy boy.
Yeah, that's fine. YouTube...
Because guess what? For you, not all of it is just blind. Some parts of Naruto are legitimately fantastic.
Yeah, some of it is. And some of it is...
Who's the dude who fights in the mirrors? Remember that guy from Naruto?
Fights in the mirrors.
Like he fights in mirrors and shit?
Zabuza's friend or whatever?
Yeah, that fight was dope.
Yeah. All the Zabuza... That's the thing.
Zabuza's cronies are cool.
Zabuza's arc is one of the best things that happened in the original Naruto.
Yeah, that's the part where it's like, this is pretty good.
And they skipped it in Storm 1.
It's the only part about Naruto's original where it's like, okay, it is post Sasuke, but whatever. This villain is interesting.
It's not post Sasuke.
It's right before all that.
No, it's really early on. Zabuza's arc is really early on.
I'm misremembering the order then. It's been a long time.
That's fine. Actually,
whatever.
The Zabuza's arc is one of the most important things, but that it's the first time you see Naruto and Sasuke actually work together.
Fight together, yeah.
And that's when their brotherly bond kind of starts. Is the Zabuza's arc
kind of brotherly, kind of romantic if you're that person?
Yeah, sure.
Even though it's not because they have kids now.
Yeah, they have kids together. Actually,
what if they kissed when they fought that demon dude in Boruto?
They do kiss in the original Naruto.
Yeah, as a gag.
Yeah.
And then it ruined the internet for 20 years after.
Because even though
girls.
Even though it was like episode 3, Kishimoto knew it was like, I know what's happening here.
Yeah.
I know what people want.
Well, Sasuke for the most of that series was the most popular character.
Which is frustrating because he's not even the coolest.
Well, it's that alone made the series change how it was written, for better and for worse, depending on who you are.
Yeah. I like it, but I agree he's not the coolest.
Some parts of Sasuke are kind of neat.
Like I said, I think he gets cooler in Shippuden. I think
they make him better.
I think everything.
And I really dig his new design as an adult.
I think everything gets better in Shippuden, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's a more interesting, more developed story. Because before it was just like, what do you want, Naruto? I just want to be Hokage. I want to be the best that there ever was. And that's all it is.
Does Rock Lee have kids?
Huh?
Does Rock Lee have kids?
I don't remember.
Does Rock Lee show up in Boruto?
I don't know. I haven't watched any.
He didn't show up in the movie you saw?
I don't remember.
You saw that.
I did.
And you liked it. And
I did.
Like it was cool. It was for the fans. And I'm like, well, then did Rock Lee show up?
He did show up.
Did he?
He showed up, I believe.
Was he cool?
I'm sure he was. Bro, I watched too much. My brain is bad.
Okay, that's not fair because Rock Lee looks different in that show and that style on purpose.
Everything in the new Boruto looks stylistically different. And I don't mind it.
No, but I mean like his design, like what is he? He's a bowl cut Asian man.
Yeah.
He's not like a weird wacky dude or a fat guy or a demon. He's just a guy with a bowl cut. And I love him.
Yeah, and his mentor, Mike Guy, also has the same thing. And, and you think that he's his son? No, he's just obsessed with this man.
Yeah,
that's why
it's really fun. I love their whole back and forth.
They have the same eyebrows and everything.
Yeah.
And they're not related.
And he's way better than his teacher.
Yeah.
Like by a country mile.
Kakashi's cool.
I guess.
I like Kakashi.
Who's red hair edgy boy again?
Gara?
Yeah.
Gara's boring.
I hate Gara. Why is Gara so popular? Why?
He was cool.
Is because he has facial scars like Zuko?
No, because he had the tattoo of love on his forehead.
Oh, right. That's why, too. Do girls ruin things sometimes on accident?
Yeah, girls, get out of here.
You know what? No, that's not fair. Gara was like by everybody. That's not fair.
No, yeah.
Sasuke is loved a lot by girls and some dudes, but I don't think Gara it was mainly half and half.
I liked Gara a lot as a weebab, but as I got older, I realized you're real boring.
You're really two-dimensional.
I'm trying to think of like, out of all the like cool edgy characters, which ones are actually good?
They're actually well written.
Neji's pretty good.
Neji's okay.
Neji I like. Shikamaru's probably the best, actually.
What about the dudes?
Shikamaru's the guy with the shadows.
Yeah,
he's the best.
What about the guys who got holes in them? What about Pain?
Pain's good.
You like Pain, actually? I don't remember much.
The Pain arc is good.
I don't remember much about that. I just remember the animation making me laugh.
Pain is pretty much the main villain in Storm 2. Mm-hmm. So he's good. That arc is good because all the stuff with Jiraiya is good because Jiraiya is great. Jiraiya's voice actor
in English
is not good.
Did they recast for the games?
No, it's the same.
Or in general?
It's the same, but it made me realize how not good he is.
Okay.
He's very...
Because the dub for Naruto throughout was pretty okay.
It feels like someone reading.
Oh.
He's just like, hi, my name is Jiraiya Sensei.
Are those games...
I am going...
Are the games not dual audio?
It is. I could put... I like the...
Have you heard him in Japanese?
I haven't. I know I have. I watch so much of Naruto in English. It's really hard for me to watch.
No, I'm not saying you should.
No,
I'm just wondering, have you heard it in Japanese before?
I can't like...
To compare.
I have. I can't compare it.
So it's something special in Japanese. Either it's just not bad.
I just don't know. My thing is, like I said, like I've
well, no, I mean, like it's not... At least it's not bad like it is in English.
I don't know. My thing is, I did watch it in Japanese. I can't do it. Just because I'm so used to the English voices. So
you can't not hear him say "believe it" in English.
Yeah, he doesn't even say it in Shippuden, ever,
because they know it was stupid.
It was very stupid.
They had to get away from it.
Again, this is why I think Shippuden's better because this is like more. It's not even mature. Is not the word I'd use.
It grew up with the readers.
Well developed.
That's what Shonen's supposed to do. Shonen's grow up with the readers.
Yeah.
Like Hunter x Hunter's so fucking old now, even though the characters don't age that much, and because it updates every couple months because Togashi's killing himself.
So what happened with the PS2 PS Now thing?
I'm talking about Hunter x Hunter, you fuck.
I don't care.
Let me finish my thought.
I never watched Hunter x Hunter.
Where that series is now, it is like literally unreadable for anyone who's like not like 16 or younger.
How long is Hunter x Hunter?
Oh, it's long, baby.
And
the anime did almost all of it in 144 episodes.
Wow.
With no filler.
Ooh, that makes me happy.
But they did fuck up one thing where they skip a bit of the opening arc of the show.
Okay.
And they make a character later on that he meets not as good. But besides that, it's probably the perfect adaptation of like an anime I've ever seen. Like it is the most perfect. Because they perfected a shonen adaptation. And the budget is good the whole time.
I would say my favorite.
It's Madhouse. It's the guys who did fucking Full Metal.
Oh, cool.
Same studio.
All right, cool.
So it's that budget, a little less because it's so long.
Yeah.
But it looks good the entire time.
I would say my favorite shonen adaptation is Death Note.
Isn't that Young? Is that Young Jump? Well, it's in Jump. It's in Jump.
It's shonen. It's shonen.
It's a shonen for like teens, but it's still like a shonen.
Yeah.
The anime's pretty good.
It's a perfect adaptation of the manga.
Although there's
zero things that are different.
I can't agree with entirely because I've never read the manga in full.
Oh, okay. It's like exactly the same.
Because I read
if you watch the show, the manga is exactly the same.
The show is just good.
Yeah. I would say just
it has god tier anime music too.
I would say
if you've
never experienced Death Note, just watch the show. You're not missing anything in the manga, but you would be missing the music.
You're missing a different take on like how it's told, and the art I think is not better, but it's different. But it's pretty good, pretty close.
Yeah, it's good. Anyways, yeah. Are you sure it's not Hunter x Hunter?
Huh?
It's not Hunter x.
It's called Hunter x Hunter.
Man, I've always
because the X is space.
I've always just thought
10 in Japan.
It's
weird.
I've always saw that, and my brain just wants to say Hunter x Hunter.
I've called it Hunter x Hunter for a long time, and I still get them both, but it's supposed to be Hunter x Hunter.
That sounds weird.
It's supposed to be a space.
What is it about? Oh no, this is too long of a sigh.
That's a weighted question.
This is too long of a sigh. I don't want to know.
Okay, I can get into it because there is a very base premise that does kind of go throughout.
Base premise.
But there's a baby boy.
As simple as possible.
He's a boy named Gon.
Okay.
Okay, I need like one more minute to explain.
What's the world?
The world. This world is a place kind of like Earth, basically.
Okay.
But more fantasy-like and more out there.
Like an anime?
Where it's a world full of just hunters. So the concept of a hunter is just like a bounty hunter, a treasure hunter, an archaeology hunter. Like people who go explore to find things in the world and are dedicated to doing one thing in their lives.
That's pretty rad. I like that so far.
Like normal world exists, but there are people that do that.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do the special things, so they go do that.
Okay.
There's a boy named Gon. He's a kid on an island. He lives with, I think, some lady. I forget who she is in relation to him because she's not that important for a while. He's hanging out, and being in the series, like, okay, I want to go. My dad left when I was a young baby boy. My mom passed away. He left to go be a hunter, and I've never heard from ever again. I'm gonna go leave my island to be a hunter like him and go find him. And that's the very basic premise. And then after,
it gets way more complicated.
And then after the first, I guess, the first arc of the show, they start getting into the world building of this show.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a boy who likes world building like you and me, man, holy shit. Cool. I don't think it's as good as One Piece's world building. Yeah. Because One Piece's world building is the best world building in a shonen, period.
I still haven't really gotten One Pie.
Still the best world building in a shonen to ever exist.
Yeah.
Undisputed king, Big Dick King.
Mr. William Haynes, comedian boy.
Big Dick King?
Yeah.
Or loves One Piece?
He always says that.
Wait, really?
His favorite anime is Naruto, but One Piece is the best.
Like watching? Is he still watching?
He says he would say like if you could say there is an objectively best anime, he would put One Piece on that list.
That's unfortunate because the anime is pretty bad now.
Okay.
Because of just
is it bad now? He said this like a couple years ago.
Cheap budgets, poor directing. Some of the adaptation is kind of bad. It's goofy.
Okay.
It was really bad for a long time, and then it's gotten a bit better, but still not great.
Okay.
But One Piece is really good. But also Hunter x Hunter is really great because it kind of fucks with what shonens are a little bit.
That's good.
Not in a way that I think is entirely on purpose, but it's more because the creator, because Togashi I talked about this before, but he did Yu Yu Hakusho.
I enjoy Yu Yu Hakusho a lot.
Yeah. And it feels like he's just like, I have a cool idea. I don't want to do another manga. I'm just going to shove it into this because my idea, I spent too much time.
Got it.
And then we just do it.
Got it.
But it all ties in.
That's cool.
And it really shouldn't because we go from like an exam arc, which is the first, like, here's how to get your hunter license.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into a mini character arc about one of his friends. Mm-hmm. Then we go into a tournament arc. Then we go into an arc about learning how to be good at an auction.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a side arc that's really important about hunting down a group of villains. And then we go into video game that's based on cards. And then we go into it keeps going and going and it sidetracks itself, but it's so good you don't care. And my favorite like dumb mini arc was about, okay, we need a new leader. We're gonna play politics in this goofy world of like magic and energy. But we're doing like politics for like 20 episodes.
It sounds like
it's so engaging.
It sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. There's a reason people who love it don't shut the fuck up about it.
Got it. My brain,
But also, when you see people who are into it, they don't tell you why because there's too much. All you see is Gon and like Killua, the two boys.
Yeah,
you know the boy with the green hair and the kid with white hair and shorts.
I've only seen
there's too much.
Yeah, I've only seen like base pictures of it, and I'm always like, I feel like this is important. I don't understand it, despite what I see.
It's hard from the outside looking in. It's too much.
It's one of the things like once I'm done with my learning about everything about Game of Thrones, I want to like find
a big boy to get into.
A next big boy to get inside of, and so
that's still going on.
It'll probably be that.
It might be. It's always like you have to be careful if you're gonna get into something long because when I like I talked about it when I watched Hunter x Hunter the first time, I got like 18 episodes into it, 20 episodes, and I was like, it's okay, I guess I'll come back. And I came back like 4 years later or whatever, and then I was like, okay, I'm dying, and during Christmas time, I have time. Let's just go do it.
Yeah.
And then I had an amazing time.
I mean, that's my story with Game of Thrones. I watched like the first half of season 1, thought it was extremely boring.
How long did you wait till you came back?
Like a year.
That's still like a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's good to come back. Like over a year. Like it was a while.
And you still liked it, but you're just like, I'll come back some
Yeah, it was one of those things where
and that's like your favorite thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it just happens to people. And I love when that happens though. It's like, oh, this is okay. Holy shit, guys, have you heard about this?
Doctor Who's another example. I watched
yeah. Dude, you got super into that when I first met you.
I watched the first couple episodes and thought
you were like kind of into it when I met you, and then like you're literally like, dude, holy shit.
Yeah. Because the first couple episodes are not good.
Okay, I have a quick question about Doctor Who since we've gone off the rails anyways about whatever.
Yeah, this podcast
is it true that original Doctor Who is like lost to time?
Some of it is. A lot of it is actually.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of it is like lost to time.
Yeah.
And that
so BBC has some of it and they just haven't released them. But most of them just don't have. Because when that show came out, like
it was like a nothing show, right?
It was so
not nothing, but you know what I mean. Like
Doctor
it was
Who originally there's a documentary about it that's or like a biopic, I guess, about it.
It's like BBC published it like that.
Yeah, about the creation of it. Like, it's a movie.
That's kind of cool.
And it's really good. And
is it easy to track down legally?
No, you can totally find that. I can't remember what it's called.
Some stuff that's released in the UK is like you can't buy it in the US.
I think it was on Netflix. Like it's not hard to find.
I want to find it legally because I hate having to pirate shit that I'm interested in. Yeah, it sucks.
I would say if you're interested in like the history of Doctor Who, like the creation of it, because Doctor Who originally was meant to be like
break it down for everyone.
Yeah, Doctor Who originally pretty much meant to be just like a educational show about like this guy traveling through different time periods, and you learn about ancient Egyptians and the Aztecs, and you just kind of do that.
Was it mainly for kids or just like a general education show?
General kids education show. It was a kids show, but like of the 1960s, and one of those things where like you can watch this with the whole family, and you know there are jokes for the adults
because TV was different at the time, and they were still trying things out.
Yeah, exactly. And two things that made it what it was at the time is the pretty much creator of the show was a woman, which was not a thing in the 60s.
And was it at the time? Wasn't like BBC like pretty much one of the only channels you had for a long time?
Yeah, like that and like Channel 4. Like,
so it was like, hey, you got on TV and you run a show.
Yeah, exactly. And so and
like, it's still post World War II.
But
it's not post women in America World War II.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it was like a much bigger jump.
Yeah,
at least publicly you could see it.
It was hard to find women running a show.
And just show business in general that were like leaders.
Yeah. And
anywhere in entertainment.
And so Doctor Who
still is kind of an issue now.
And Doctor Who was kind of that. That's one thing. And then another thing is they wanted to make it cooler. They had ideas to go future in time because their thought process was like, well, if you can go backwards in time,
why not go forward?
Why not go forward? And that just kind of totally
became
blew
what it
the
is
lid
now.
off of everything. Well, another thing is the actor. Oh my god, I can't think of the actor's name for the first Doctor. I'm sorry, all Whovians.
It's okay, they forgive you.
Yeah.
They didn't watch it either.
Yeah,
because they can't.
Exactly.
So
I watched some of it.
Well, you watched what you could.
I watched what I could.
So you can't be begrudged for that.
Yeah,
that's not fair to any fan.
So first Doctor, I don't know if he had like dementia or Alzheimer's.
He was old when he was cast. Is that what it was?
He was like 50. Well, he was 55 or 65.
Older.
It was older.
Yeah.
But by the time like the show like getting like his mind he couldn't remember his lines. He couldn't remember what was happening in the plot. And he just couldn't act anymore, even though he really loved acting, and he just couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. And so they had to find a way but they wanted to continue the show, and so they had to find a way to write him
universe,
write him off, and have someone come in. And so they thought of the idea of regeneration, of like, okay, we'll kill you off, and all of your memories will go on to this new actor, and so the idea of just like these Time Lords, these creatures, that's what they do.
I can't get over the phrase Time Lords.
Yeah, it's very silly.
Because it's so Japanese, like a Japanese video game, like the Time Lords.
A lot of like Doctor Who lore is just a mixture of a lot of different cultures, which makes sense given like what the show is.
And the people who work on it over time, right?
Yeah, people work on it. But like the idea of the show originally is it's an educational learning about different cultures.
About the world.
Of course, you're going to get different influences about different cultures.
Yeah, because you're learning about them. They can't just kind of go into your head.
Yeah.
Because guess what? People are interesting all around the world.
Yeah.
Guess what? People have fucking awesome ideas everywhere.
There's
so many cool ideas out there.
All of history.
Yeah. And even still being practiced now.
And so there's
the reason Black Panther got so big.
So then they got the second Doctor, who is one of my favorite Doctors. He's silly. He had a recorder.
He the one with the big voice, the big scarf?
No, that's fourth Doctor. The second Doctor had clothes that were a little bit too big for him, and he had a recorder.
Was that on purpose?
I don't know.
He's like, oh, he's a goofy guy, so his clothes are too big. Is that the joke?
I think so. Okay. He's a little goofy. Like, because the first Doctor wasn't like very goofy. He was kind of serious, old man.
Because it was a different.
He was Grandpa, old man. Like that's what he was. And then
Uncle Grandpa.
Second Doctor was so much younger and not like that. Like he was like in his.
But still,
like,
the idea of like the
but
origins of like this gigantic franchise being lost.
Yeah.
Someone like, because I'm really into like lost media and finding that stuff, and hearing that like legitimately like makes me sad.
Well, again, because like it's one of those shows that just like it
didn't matter at the time.
No, it was just an like no one cares about an educational show. Like
yeah, it's like why would you preserve this?
Yeah.
Because I've been like talking with people who like, yeah, there was this puppet show in the 90s that broadcast like in the Denver area. We have a couple tapes.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good show, but we have some of them. We'll try to find anyone else has them. To me, I love that shit.
Well, that's the thing. Like with Doctor Who, it's like it was originally advertised as that, and it quickly became something so much bigger.
Yeah. Well, look at what it is now.
And so, well, not even what it is now. Like even still with the first Doctor, it got crazy a little bit, and but it was still like the general.
Is that why the Daleks look the way they do?
Yes.
But they look like
and the Cybermen and everything.
They're like so simple.
Yeah, it was like that blaster was literally a plunger. Like the concept.
Is it just painted?
Yeah. So like
that's super charming.
When people say like Doctor Who sucks because like everything looks really cheesy and low budget.
That's the point, right?
Because
always been the point.
Because originally it was really bad. So the original intro of the Doctor Who. Have you ever seen like the original first intro to Doctor Who?
No, never.
Okay, you should watch it because
I'll just look it up on it. Yeah.
It was two cameras looking at each other.
What?
That's all, and filtering colors back and forth while two cameras are looking back into each other.
That's some art music video shit. That's cool.
That's all it was. And I think the original theme song was like a theremin or something. Like just
of course it was.
Yeah. So like it was because
that's out there for the 60s. Even then.
Yeah. It was their own little keep. It was pretty much like what can we pack into the show with
the money that we have,
because they're not going to give a woman running show money. Especially an educational show run by a woman
that was
money.
Run on public TV.
Yeah, no one's going to give that money, and so of course it's not going to do well.
It's like sure you can have your show, but we're not going to. It's just do it. But we don't care.
Surprisingly, did, and it's the longest running show like sci-fi series of all time.
It's one of the biggest still.
It's still one of the 1963 is when it came out, and it's still going. Like the canon
longer than Star Trek.
The canon that is now is the canon that is then. Everything that happened in the old Doctor Who is still canon to what is.
Can't say that about
today.
Most pieces of fiction that exist.
Yeah. So, Doctor Who historians are absolutely insane. Like people who know. Oh,
they have to be
absolutely insane.
I think they're as insane as people who can fluently speak Klingon.
Yeah.
It's like, I respect you. You're insane.
We had, before you were a co-host on this, when Isaiah was a co-host, we had comedian Lauren Bancroft on, and she knows the name of every Doctor Who episode post the new one, like post 2005.
Dude, holy shit. Even then, like that's still like
every single name of that episode. Like
that's a lot.
If you have a plot point, she can tell you which episode that is, which season, which Doctor, whatever.
I can do that with like maybe a couple Star Trek TNG episodes. Like that's it.
It's very hard for me to do. I can do that with some SpongeBob episodes. That's about it.
Oh yeah, I guess cartoons kind of, but still, there's something that I love that I can tell the episode names.
Yeah, it's hard.
No way.
So, man, this podcast is weird.
Yeah, PS2 games. One more thing. PS2 games on.
I'm curious about this.
I'm mad about it because it's on. PS Now is their streaming service for video games.
Yes.
And streaming games sucks to play.
Okay. Oh no, I'm thinking PS Plus. Never mind.
No, PS Now is like you can stream games to your PS4. You can play PS3 and PS4 games on this thing with our rental. Blah 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 blah. And they added like 3 PS2 games to it.
Which games?
It was Dark Cloud 1 was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Dark Cloud 2.
Okay.
Ape Escape 2 and Hot Shots Tennis was like the first 3. They're gonna add more later.
I don't care about any of those games.
But
why are you mad?
I'm mad about it because
it's not SpongeBob.
they have stopped putting PS2 games on the PS4 store to play for years. Like, they just forgotten about it for years.
Dang.
And then they're just like, well, what we got? We're going to move them on our PS Now service. And still, we have heard like nothing about moving more PS2 games to the PS4. Like, that list is like maybe like 50 games on the PS4. It's nothing.
There's a lot of good PS2 games out there. Just easy
it's like
money
comparing it to like the Xbox One service, like it's dirt.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
The best thing about the Xbox One is the backwards compatibility.
It's really good now. The service is updated whenever it can. It's really well
all the time. Like every month there's new games.
And what's cool, like sometimes they'll go back and because the way it is, it's really what it is. It's them putting it into a virtual machine for the Xbox. Where it's like, okay, we're running it in a virtual machine and it just runs, right?
Yeah.
But because it's like it's on better hardware, it'll just run at a better frame rate. But for certain games, like for the Xbox, if you're on Xbox One, certain developers will like, or I think the Xbox team that does it will just make patches. And they did that for Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox One X. Dude, that game looks gorgeous.
Really?
It runs like at a way better frame rate and the textures are better.
Oh,
it looks
cool.
fantastic.
That's a big deal.
Not every game they do that for.
Yeah.
Because it takes time.
Yeah. Why would you work on a game that you've already released?
I understand. You have to buy them. They're cheap, but you still have to buy them.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like, that's worth it to me.
Yeah.
But all of Sony's things are no. They have to go in and just manually make the frame rates better and clean the texture. They do that on their own. It takes time. I get it. So paying for it for like $15, $20.
Because Sony likes to do everything extremely complicated.
Well, no, it's because the way the hardware works. It's just that's where they're doing it. It's stupid.
I was gonna say like this is what Sony. This is what you get for making your console so complicated.
I get it might like raise the price on the hardware, but it's way too late to go back. It's too late.
Yeah.
That discussion is way far gone.
Yeah. PS4 is good like hardware now, but the PS2 and PS3 were fucking awful.
Like I get it. The best option is always I want to put the disc in and it works. That's the dream scenario. We're not getting it this time. Fine. But the option that they've given us, they've just stopped doing.
Yeah, that's worse.
No reason why either. Not that like they didn't even say like it wasn't worth like it was non-profitable, it takes too much time, or there's nothing that I found from it. And I don't know why.
It sucks.
It's because some of those PS2 ones that they've done are worse.
Really?
Like the Psychonauts PS2 on PS4 is bad.
That sucks.
Like textures and audio like freak out on that version.
That's how it is on my PC. I don't know why my PC just does not like Psychonauts. I've still yet to play Psychonauts.
Like mess around with it on your PC. But on the PS2, if you buy it for PS4, it's like it just doesn't, and it's never been patched.
That sucks.
And just we're moving it to PS Now because fucking whatever. And it's like, what about everything else that should be on here?
Yeah,
that isn't.
Do you think? What are your thoughts on like game streaming in general?
Terrible.
Like, do you think it's a concept that'll get good eventually?
In 20 years.
God.
Because internet in the US is shitty.
Okay.
That's why.
All right.
The US and West dictates a lot of sales.
Yeah.
The standard internet in America is balls.
It's one of the reasons the Steam machines die so quickly.
Well, dude, they were selling them for like $5 on Steam when they were like throwing them out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Or it was like, hey, buy a game, you get a Steam machine for free.
No, those are Steam links. Those are different.
Oh, links, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are also.
That's another thing.
Those are also like they said, fuck this, get them out of here. Because they were failed.
Well, Steam links, I guess, is a better example because Steam links are the idea of just like, well, if you have your PC in your bedroom and you want to play in the living room.
I've seen like there are streaming machines that are a lot better.
Yeah.
But the services are so convoluted and
the service is
what they require. It's like it's too much for the average consumer to be like viable for everybody.
It's one of my favorite YouTubers, your average consumer.
But internet. Just general internet speeds not being think about it.
You need
the world in general is not connected to the internet. Many places in the world are still not on the internet. Period.
We're getting
it closer every day.
Yeah,
that's what we're working towards.
We're pulling people out of
but that being a standard for
better
video
rate than we ever have.
Yeah,
yeah.
But that being that's what I mean. We're doing really well with it now. But the world's real fucking big, dude.
Yeah,
real big.
It will take a while.
It's gonna take our lifetime for that to be true.
Not our lifetime.
Well, our lifetime.
For the entire world to be connected to the internet. Yes,
our lifetime.
Yes, I agree with that.
But putting a lot of money to make like streaming video games.
Yeah,
because the dream is like you have Netflix for games.
Yes,
that's the dream, which is what people are kind of hoping that the Nintendo Virtual Console is going to be, because those games are so old. Emulation, legal things are so weird and up in the air and not valid and not valid. Where it's like, just let us pay to play these games.
Yeah.
Well, at least the ones you still have.
We're trying to give you money.
Yes. If you're gonna make it like weirdly not legal to emulate games that are like can't be made money off of anymore, like it's a whole thing. But that dream service, I'm pretty sure lots of us would pay for.
Yeah,
convenience is king.
Yep.
But PS Now is not convenience for king because like that doesn't work because some games with input lag are unplayable.
Yeah.
Like fighting games,
Literally, yeah.
Unplayable.
Can't do.
Imagine streaming Bayo 1. Unplayable. Imagine DMC 4 or something.
Yeah, this horrible
or like a Vanquish or third person shooter.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't feel good.
No.
RPGs, sure. But it needs to be good for everything. And it's not, so it will not be big.
Yeah.
Because those 8 frames of delay.
That's a lot.
Is pretty bad.
That's a lot.
For games, that is bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. For a good chunk of them.
Yeah.
Like a first person shooter with 8 frames, fuck that.
Literally unplayable. Like not even worth.
No. Like you can't play, like you would never play a multiplayer game without much delay.
No.
There's no point. So for people who are hardcore into gaming, who would even know about this stuff, why would they ever use it? It's that problem.
And even casual people will notice, like, this feels wrong.
Yeah, they would feel it immediately.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Most casual people don't have good internet.
Yeah, exactly.
They have whatever they got.
If you're
at their college or at their apartment or whatever, it's like, well, I got what I got.
If you understand the concept of
they're not hardwiring their consoles.
I would say if you understand the concept of 8 frames makes a big difference, then that means maybe you'll have good enough internet and you'll understand that concept. You won't.
But think about it. Most people are playing off
you won't do it.
But most people who have consoles are playing it off of their Wi-Fi. So not their LAN.
Well, exactly.
That's a big difference on its own.
So I was gonna say, like, if you understand the concept of that and you have good internet, then you're just not gonna do it. Yeah. If you don't understand the concept of that, you probably don't have good enough internet anyways.
You'll get the free trial and go, this is bad, and just never use it again.
Yeah, it's bad.
So nobody wins. But that's why I'm like, this service that is still kind of not great. You're moving PS2 games to that you've already done. Sure, where's the service people actually liked and why is it not being updated? It's like stupid.
Yeah,
because they have their virtual console, but they're not doing anything with it.
Yeah,
it's like fuck's sake. I bought one of those things. I bought Parappa the Rapper 2 on there.
Is it? How is it?
It runs pretty good, and cool. I bought it specifically because that game, buying it legally on a PS2 is expensive. So I'm glad they had this.
If I had a PS4,
I want more stuff like that where it's like,
dude, if I had
hard to find game, I'll buy it on this because it's easier.
Like if I had a PS4 and they put Klonoa 2.
Yeah, because
I get Klonoa 2.
No, they put like somewhat smaller games there. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Klonoa 1 on I have it on my Vita. I have Klonoa 1 on my Vita.
And it's like, come on, man. It
runs awesome.
People will pay for this stuff. Like,
yeah,
just
I did.
I hope they have something because they talked about it. Sony Experience last year. They held back. They even said before. Remember, we talked about it. They said, "Don't get too excited for this experience. It's gonna be more for the fans."
Yeah,
we're holding off news for E3 this year.
Yeah,
that had better be something they bring up at least at E3 this year.
Hope so,
because that matters to people. Because the PS4 is like the biggest console on earth. It deserves some updates to its services. Please,
it deserves to be good.
Let me play fucking PS1 games on that thing. Fuck's sake.
All right. Well, I'm tired.
Yeah, I got things to do. Bye bye, everybody. I love you.
This is America.